We're at the Cantech Investment Conference in Toronto, and I'm joined by Michael Wekerle. Nice to have you back, Michael.
Thank you, Dylan. It's great to be back at the show with you here. It's fantastic.
That's great. Now, what are some things about this conference that you're most excited about?
Well, the conference always brings out a group of new companies, and the companies that presented last year that have come back, you see the growth. The ones that have won, the one that stayed stagnant. But it's really key that I'm seeing a lot more success in Canada. That's permeating through the markets. We saw a lot more IPOs in the last year than we saw the previous year. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's been a great culture that's been predicated back since early 2000 as people went through a downturn, but through education, through the great university system, and a great entrepreneurial spirit and all the different innovation centers that have come out there. Throughout Canada, they've really promoted some great entrepreneurs. And as I call it, you've had some demise like BlackBerry, but it's created the University of BlackBerry Descendants, Michael Litt being an example, who just spoke from Vidyard and just raised money at $500 million equivalent Canadian values.
And what are some trends about the tech industry that get you most excited?
The tech industry is very interesting. It's a industry, well, we didn't have iPads 7 years ago. When you talk about technology, it's really a global basis. And I really do believe in the SaaS model. I do believe in wireless. I do believe in where telecom is going. We're looking at all the different ways of distributing content, and content is really the key. If you look at any major US or global company, they're looking after buying content. You look at the most recent deals by Disney, etc. But where Canada comes into play, with companies like QuickPlay, they're the number one companies that produce and deliver, not produce, but deliver this content. What we're seeing here is great computer engineers. If you take Ontario by example, 30,000 engineers come out of the province of Ontario compared to 26,000 in the whole state of California. And again, that goes back to the education system, the global diversity that we have within Canada, and the support we have of some of the investment groups that are here. The TSX has been fantastic of helping companies go along the process of raising capital both on a public and a private basis.
Great, and what are some companies here that stand out to you?
Mogul is one of the companies I've been buying recently. And the company was issued at $10, is trading roughly at $3. For me, this is less than 6 months and the company's only getting better. I see, like I said, I mentioned Vidyard and some of the other manufacturing companies here. Desire to Learn, Kick. There's so many companies here that I think are the next great big thing to come out here.
Any companies that you would suggest to our investor audience?
I think that if you look at the people who are dedicated, that have built a company with good IRR, they have a good management team with significant internal ownership, those are the key things I look for in a company. I think that what you try to do when you look at buying or investing in companies is make sure you do your due diligence. Go knock on the doors, go kick the tires, because if you don't, there's only one person to blame, it's yourself. Looking at companies is part and parcel how to invest in companies, but doing your due diligence, and there's a lot of ways to do it. The internet's a great thing, and actually going there and calling the participants or the senior executives of the company, you'd be surprised how many people would return your call, and simple questions asking about ownership, direction, vision, and without getting into any non-public information, I call it, insight, not inside. And if you get that insight, you'll find through common sense, you'll make a lot of money. And I'm a big believer. I've made all my money buying fear and selling greed. And this is my type of market.
Some very good points there. Now, finally, what's next for Michael Wekerle?
Man, I put a lot of money into Waterloo, so I bought a lot of buildings from BlackBerry. I call it Main and Columbia and Phillips, where they're building a new $100 million engineering facility. Part of it is personal. I'm a single father with 6 children, of which 3 of my children are going to be entering university either this year or next year. But I'm situating myself in an environment where I believe that the real next wave is going to be in the technology area in Canada, information technology. So therefore, I'm a landlord. The best way to find growth of a company and see how they're going to grow is by how they're going to grow their employees. If they grow their employees, they need more space. I'm right there as the landlord.
Thanks so much for speaking with us, Michael.
Thank you very much. Again, great job, guys. Great to be on your show again.
Thank you so much. From the Cantech Investment Conference in Toronto, I'm Duhan Nanda for SmallCapPower.